The Bitcoin dynamic range chart signals a next move towards the upside for Bitcoin, and I'm gonna explain you exactly why this is such an important signal. We are at decision time in the market for Bitcoin, because if we break the 100 SMA towards the downside, historical speaking, we will see a further move down for Bitcoin. The volatility is such high, we are seeing rejection after rejection, but do we need to worry about this price action, or is it just low volatility Christmas price action? We will dive into that and way more in today's video, but first of all, I would really appreciate you guys to follow me over on X to never miss something throughout the day in crypto. And of course, please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel, like this daily update video if you love those updates, and let's dive right away into the chart for now. Because what we can see here is that we are seeing the dynamic range signal chart. And why is this such an important indicator? Because this is a build-up for ranges. So what does this mean? That if we have a low range, that means that we are building up position. That is exactly what institutions want, of course. And you can know that if institutions want to scale in markets, they don't want to push the price higher because they are paying the price for that. So if institutions want to get in the market, they are ranging the price just for a longer period of time, and that is for them to set up positions. They are not setting up positions in days, it is more about weeks or months. So the longer we are ranging, the bigger the expansion will be. So what does this indicator tell us? And it's important to know that the big breakouts always happen after a very long range because institutions scaled in very big positions. So what is really important right now is we are ranging, but every single time we were ranging for a while, this dynamic range indicator signals us the bottom and the start of the next move. We have seen this happening before because price was ranging after a drop, which is pretty normal. Because like I said, if we range after a big drop towards the downside, that means that institutions are setting up new positions. If they are setting up buy positions, there will be a snap moment where the price expands towards the upside, and you are too late if you are seeing such an expansion afterwards. So right here we were ranging for a period of time. The signal went live right over here where it says, okay, the accumulation is near to be gone, and that means that the next Bitcoin move followed after of approximately 120%. Right here we saw a big drop towards the downside. Bitcoin went ranging for a while. That means that institutions were setting up some big positions. The signal went live right over here. We saw a move of approximately 40% towards the upside. Then Bitcoin just went ranging once again, and right here the dynamic range signaled, okay, we ranged long enough as institutions scaled in their positions, and that is exactly where Bitcoin started to rally towards the upside for a massive run. Right here we saw exactly the same. Bitcoin went ranging. From that moment, Bitcoin pumped 90% towards the upside when the dynamic range said, okay, institutions, wheels are gone accumulating. We have seen it right over here, and right now we are seeing it once again. So we saw a drop towards the downside. We are accumulating right over here. That is a strong signal, to be really honest. If you such so bearish and you get so much buy orders to keep the price as low as right now, and institution can scale in their big positions, for that we are also by the end of the year. I talked about this yesterday. But for institutions, what is happening right now is the best they could happen to them, because the reports for this year will be fine and for the next year will be even better. So it's for them the good time to scale in their positions for Bitcoin, and that's exactly what we are seeing right now. And in combination of this dynamic range indicator indicating for a next leg towards the upside and ranging is done, is a really good signal that we will see a massive run in Q1 for Bitcoin. Also, if we look at this 100 SMA line, a really important trend line. Why? Every single time we broke this line towards the downside, the bear market started, and right now And if Bitcoin was tend to break this 100 SMA line, Bitcoin exploded towards the upside. I've been talking about this chart a lot, but it is a really important chart. Right now, we are seeing a support from of that level, but this is a really important sign. This could provide as really important support and a start of the next leg for Bitcoin. But to be really honest, if we break this line towards the downside, the bear market will start because history tells us. For now, we don't have the information to say so that we will get supported or that we will see the further leg towards the downside for Bitcoin. So this is why I'm keeping my eyes really close of this chart and of this 100 SMA line. If something develops towards the downside, we will probably see more downside for Bitcoin. But also, we all know that the 100 SMA is a really good support zone for Bitcoin. Looking at this chart, looking at the reports of the institutional investors, looking at the yearly low, yearly loss, this could be a very good point to get support for Bitcoin and see the next leg towards the upside. Also, if we look at the lower time frame, I've been discussing this the whole week. We are seeing such choppy price action. I'm not doing anything here at Christmas. The volume is so low, the volatility is big. But a really good thing to see is I've been drawing this resistance and support for a longer period of time. And I've been talking about this chart for over a few days in my YouTube videos. And what we can see, Bitcoin pumped towards the upside, perfectly retested that support zone. If you were behind the chart, you could long this towards the upside. And you could sell at the top at resistance here. Also here you could short the market towards the exact support zone. And right now we are at the support zone once again. So there is a possibility that we will see some price action further towards the upside for Bitcoin. But a really important thing to know is the volume is so low that we really want to see volume kicking in. Right now, if you trade the market, please make sure do not over leverage yourself because the moves could be very brutal here. So please make sure to always put in a stop loss and don't risk too much on your accounts. The price is really choppy, but there is money to be made because every single time you bought at the lower side here, you would have made profit. And every time you shorted the top side here, you made a big amount of profit. So please make sure to look out for your risk, for your leverage. If you want to trade crypto by yourself, please make sure to sign up on Weex through the second link in the description. You will have the best trading circumstances possible. And a really excited thing is Weex will give away 1000 USDT trading bonus to one of you guys if we hit 500 subscribers. So what do you need to do? Please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel, of course, to hit the 500 subscribers by the end of the year. And please make sure to sign up on Weex through the second link in the description. And if we hit 500 subscribers, you will be able to participate with a 1000 USDT trading bonus giveaway. And if you do so, you can literally easily make a few $1,000s from off that if you follow my setups. So it's free money and a very good way to start 2026. So please make sure to do so. If we look at this very important chart, we can see that Bitcoin is following gold once again. What does this mean? Gold was on a monthly time frame, ranging for a while, compressing towards the edge point, and that is what we are seeing very often with these markets. Why does this is so important? We are squeezing momentum and price towards an edge point, and there will be a moment that Bitcoin needs to break towards the upside or either the downside. We have seen the exact same setup getting here on gold. After that, gold expanded towards the upside like crazy. It was so massive. It pumped from 2,100 towards 3,500, which is massive for gold, of course. Very big returns. Right here, we are seeing the same setup on Bitcoin. And if we break this towards the upside, we could prepare for a easy $250,000 Bitcoin. And in my opinion, $300,000 is really in the making if we break this towards the upside. But also from the other side, if we break support towards the downside here, it could end up really bad for Bitcoin. So I'm keeping my eyes on this setup the whole week, because if this break out, it could be massive for Bitcoin, or it could be way more worse than what we are seeing right now. So really exciting to see these comparisons between gold and between Bitcoin, and this could be massive for crypto. Also, if we look at the Bitcoin chart with the global liquidity chart, what can we see? Bitcoin is the white line, the global liquidity is the green line. So what are we seeing if you look at this chart? That Bitcoin always runs close towards the global liquidity line. So Bitcoin also went exactly towards that global liquidity line. Right here, Bitcoin pumped massively towards the upside. But every single time we expand and diverge big from that M2 liquidity, we are pulling back to it. Right here, we pumped very big from off that line and it need to be close to each other and Bitcoin dumped. Right here, we dumped way below the global liquidity and Bitcoin expanded back towards that M2 line. Right here, we saw it again. We pumped above it, came back exactly as predicted. Right here, we dumped below it pretty hard and Bitcoin went expanding towards that global liquidity line. Right here, we were above it, came back, touched it, went back up again. Exactly to that M2 line, went back up, but right now we are seeing a big gap happening on the global liquidity and Bitcoin, and historical speaking, every single time we can say that Bitcoin expanded back towards that line, and that could be a massive price for Bitcoin because that will probably bring Bitcoin towards $250,000. So historical speaking, Bitcoin always expands and closes the gap towards the global liquidity line, the green line here, and right now we are way below it. So there is a chance that we will clear this gap and that will cause a massive expansion for Bitcoin. That was it for today's video. Please make sure to follow me over on X to never miss something throughout the day in crypto, and I would really appreciate you guys to subscribe over on my YouTube channel, like this daily update video, and I will see you tomorrow by a brand new Crypto Daily Update video.